June 14, 2015. A quiet neighborhood in Springfield, Missouri. A small pink house sits still under the summer sun. Police approach the front door after receiving a disturbing Facebook message from the homeowner's account. "That bitch is dead." Inside the house, in a bedroom painted soft pastels, officers find the body of Dee Dee Blanchard. She has been stabbed multiple times. But what unsettles investigators even more? A wheelchair-bound, terminally ill daughter is missing. The town fears the worst. Has a disabled girl been abducted? Is she in danger? What authorities are about to uncover will shock the nation and unravel one of the most disturbing cases of deception and abuse in modern American crime history. To understand the murder, you must understand the illusion. Gypsy Rose Blanchard was introduced to the world as a chronically ill child from Louisiana. From infancy, her mother claimed something was wrong. A chromosomal abnormality, then epilepsy, then muscular dystrophy, then leukemia. The diagnoses multiplied over the years. Gypsy used a wheelchair in public. Her head was shaved regularly to mimic chemotherapy. She spoke in a high, childlike voice. She had a feeding tube. She carried oxygen tanks. The image was heartbreaking. After Hurricane Katrina displaced them, they relocated to Missouri. Charities rallied around them. Habitat for Humanity built them a pink, accessible home. They received trips to Disney World. They met celebrities. Local news stations featured their story. Dee Dee was praised as a tireless, loving mother who sacrificed everything. But behind that carefully constructed image, the truth was far darker. Not every medical professional was convinced. Some physicians noted inconsistencies in test results. Muscle biopsies did not confirm muscular dystrophy. Blood work showed no signs of leukemia. One neurologist reportedly wrote in his notes that he suspected Munchausen by proxy, now known as factitious disorder imposed on another, a condition where a caregiver exaggerates, fabricates, or induces illness in someone under their care to gain sympathy, attention, or control. But suspicion is not proof, and Dee Dee was persuasive. She claimed medical records had been lost during Hurricane Katrina. She moved frequently. She changed doctors whenever doubts surfaced. And Gypsy, she remained silent, because silence was survival. As Gypsy entered adolescence, she began to realize something terrifying. She could walk. She wasn't dying. She wasn't mentally delayed. But Dee Dee maintained absolute control. She controlled her age, telling some people Gypsy was younger than she truly was. She kept birth certificates locked away. She monitored conversations. When Gypsy questioned her reality, punishment followed. Gypsy later claimed she was sometimes restrained. Her computer was smashed after she tried to form a romantic connection. She was told she would never survive on her own. She was told authorities would never believe her. Years of isolation reshaped her thinking. When a child grows up in a fabricated reality, the perception of right and wrong can distort. And in Gypsy's world, freedom felt impossible. Unless something drastic happened. Online, Gypsy could escape. She created secret social media accounts. She joined dating websites. She adopted different personas, healthier, older, freer. That's where she met Nicholas Godejohn. Nicholas lived in Wisconsin. He struggled socially and had developmental challenges. Their conversations quickly intensified. Romantic fantasies turned into darker role-play scenarios. Nicholas spoke about having alternate personalities. They discussed running away. But Gypsy believed running wouldn't work. She had tried before. Her mother always found her. She believed Dee Dee's control would never end. Unless Dee Dee was gone. Early 2015. The conversations shift. They begin discussing killing Dee Dee. Gypsy provides details about the house layout. She mails Nicholas money for a bus ticket. On June 10th, Nicholas arrives in Missouri. Gypsy lets him inside. She hands him a knife. She hides in the bathroom and covers her ears. Nicholas enters Dee Dee's bedroom. The attack is violent and final. Afterward, they steal money from the house. They flee to Wisconsin. For a brief moment, Gypsy believes she is free. But desperation leads to arrogance. They post on Facebook, and that post leads police directly to them. When police arrive in Wisconsin, they expect to find a kidnapped, disabled girl. Instead, Gypsy walks to the door. No wheelchair, no oxygen, no visible signs of terminal illness. Investigators are stunned. Medical evaluations confirm no leukemia, no muscular dystrophy, no degenerative condition. Years of surgeries and medications have been unnecessary. The feeding tube, not medically required. The shaved head, for show. The illusion collapses nationwide. News coverage explodes. The narrative flips overnight. The helpless child becomes a suspect. But the deepest story reveals years of medical abuse. Prosecutors face a moral puzzle. Gypsy planned the murder. She bought the weapon. She let Nicholas inside. But she had also endured documented abuse. In 2016, she accepts a plea deal. Second-degree murder. 10 years in prison. Nicholas chooses trial. The prosecution argues premeditated homicide. The defense argues manipulation and diminished capacity. He is convicted of first-degree murder. Sentence: life without parole. Public opinion splits sharply. Some call Gypsy a survivor. Others call her calculating. The case refuses to sit comfortably in one category. The story becomes a cultural phenomenon. True crime documentaries analyze every detail. The Hulu series The Act dramatizes the events for a global audience. Psychologists debate trauma bonding. Legal experts debate proportional justice. The case becomes a study in coercive control and moral ambiguity. And Gypsy becomes both symbol and spectacle. December 2023. After serving roughly 8 years, Gypsy is released. Cameras follow her. Social media surges. Some celebrate her survival. Others question whether she has fully acknowledged her role. She gives interviews. She discusses rebuilding her life. But the public fascination never fully fades. Because this story forces uncomfortable truths. Was Gypsy Rose Blanchard a victim? Yes. Was she responsible for murder? Also yes. Two truths can exist at once. The case forces us to confront the impact of prolonged abuse. How control reshapes identity. How isolation distorts moral reasoning. And how sometimes the line between victim and perpetrator is not a straight one. The pink house still stands, but the illusion that once lived inside it is gone forever. And what remains is a question that still divides a nation. When freedom feels impossible, how far is too far? And that's where tonight's story ends. The case of Gypsy Rose Blanchard is not just a true crime headline. It's a chilling reminder that abuse doesn't always look violent, and victims don't always look innocent. Behind the pink walls of that small Missouri home, a lifetime of manipulation, control, and deception unfolded, leading to a crime that still divides the world. Was it justice? Was it desperation? Or was it something far more complicated? At Crime HQ, we don't just tell stories, we examine the truth behind them. If this case made you think, question, or see crime from a different perspective, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive. Because the next case might be darker, might be stranger, and might challenge everything you think you know. This is Crime HQ, where the truth is never simple. See you in the next investigation.